Yeah, it looks like the progress, if you want to call it progress, continues across from my house. But today I'm going to take a little walk into the past. I'm going to take a walk over to William Street here in Wingate, down to my old homestead. The old house we lived in when we first moved to Wingate in 1965. Let's go. Walking along Elm Street extension here, just looking at these woods as I am approaching the elementary school, wondering how long are these woods going to be here before they are removed, raised away for more development. I don't know. I am approaching Bivett Street, where I'm going to make a left, passing by Wingate Elementary School, where I went when we first moved here, and from this point on is the walk I took every day. Me and my brother Tim took every day from here until we get to the house that we'll be seeing shortly. I think this is Mrs. Orr's old house. Mrs. Orr was one of the first grade teachers at Wingate. And there is where the Meltons used to live. My friend Wilkie and Kemp, Mike Melton, spent a lot of time in the 6th grade at that house with Wilkie, making model monsters and getting in all kinds of mischief. And here we have the Lowry's old house. Tom, Mildred Lowry, and Cindy, Tommy, Nancy all lived here when I was a kid. Passed by their house every day. Approaching the lot where Carmen Bell and her grandmother and father lived. I used to hang out there quite a bit. The house is gone. There's another house now, but a lot of good memories there. A lot of good memories. Here's another Lowry house. Joe and John, their parents lived here. I think there's still an L on the door back there. And I believe it was this house right here our high school principal J.E. Hogan lived. And there's the old Cheney residence on William Street, and I am now coming to William Street, and I shall make a left. Very pretty tree. I'm standing right here on the corner of Bivens and William Street. I like to note that in coming to school in the morning, I would often meet right here at the corner. I would often meet my friend Cherry. It was Cherry Hayes then, Cherry Johnson, and her brother Alan, and Tim and I would join them on the walk to school. Cherry and Alan would stay on one side of the street, Tim and I on the other. We did not want to be caught walking together, and we often would take turns going in late while well, we both were usually late, so it didn't really matter, but we did that to avoid any suspicions of a 6th grade romance. Now this house, Tim and I absolutely dreaded, dreaded approaching. This house had 2 dogs, big collie and a smaller black dog that would come out and absolutely terrorize us, chase us, bark at us, both coming to school and coming home. I absolutely hated passing by this house. All right, well, you probably didn't hear it, but a big dog came and jumped up at that. Yeah, hear him? Hear him? Damn. 60 years later, I'm still running into dogs on this road. Oh God, there's one right now. I hope he leaves me alone. Oh shit. Maybe taking this walk wasn't such a good idea. There's more dogs here now than there used to be. I'm passing by the old homestead of my dear good friend, first person I actually met in Wingate when we moved here, Mary Ellen Henson, Mary Ellen Mills now. Their house used to sit right here on this lot. And they had a big farm back there, a lot of animals. I remember her horse Bullet that she let me ride. I think they had an old mule named Kate, and used to come down here and play a good bit. And here lived our next door neighbors, Jean and Edna Morgan. Very nice people. They lived right next to us. That big tower, looks like a water tower you see back there. I don't recall that being here when I was growing up. I honestly don't remember it being there. But now we are fast approaching the destination of today's subject. There it is in the distance. The house that I grew up in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. 1965 until June 1st of 1968. My favorite house of all the places we lived. It was, without a doubt, my favorite house to live in. Still there in all its grandeur. I don't know who lives there now, but that house has got to be at least, I'd say 120 years old. Originally, I think it was called the Old Smith House. That house was quite definitely haunted. And my brother and I, Tim and I, can both testify to that. We both saw the shadow of a man wearing a stovetop hat pass by our room one late Sunday evening. There used to be a big barn right there where that tin, looks like a tin building or something is. Big barn full of wood. I think that was used for Malak. But that was the best house in the world to grow up in. Absolutely the best house in the world. I still have dreams about it. Still have dreams about it. Well, that was a nice little walk down memory lane as the old house recedes in the background here on Williams Street on a beautiful March 8th, 2023. Not quite, but almost afternoon. Y'all have a good day. Oh, by the way, as a postscript, if I go missing and this phone is found, I want it known I was eaten by a dog on Williams Street.